Good evening, my brothers and sisters of the planet and the universe. Welcome to Project Information Generation. This is your host tonight. I'm Dave, and on the line with me is my good friend and mentor, Jordan Maxwell. Jordan, say hello to my brothers and sisters out there.
Well, hello there, David, and thank you for having me on the show again.
It is such a delight to speak with you again, my friend. How are things going?
Well, comparatively well, everything considered, there are good days and there are bad, but right now it's kind of like even, getting a few things done that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and so I'm kind of working behind the scenes right now. I've got a lot of projects that I'd like to do, more projects than I have time for, but I'm always working. So what's happening with you? What's going on?
Well, to make it brief, my big wolf Herc went home last Monday at 4:31.
Yeah, you wrote me about that. Yeah.
And it's been kind of a melancholy day for me.
Yeah.
Because I keep looking around and I expect to see him laying there watching me. But that's another story for another time.
Right. Yeah, and for us who are still here, we have...
life goes on.
Yeah, life goes on. You're right. The show must go on. So,
but I have a question for you. And the fact is I have a whole bunch of questions for you.
I was afraid of that, yeah.
Jordan, I've never known you to be afraid of anything.
Well, just because you're asking a question doesn't mean I have an answer. But go on.
How does the ancient occult or hidden religious ideas, how have they molded our world today?
Wow. Well, our entire world system today in government, in commerce, education, I'm talking about around the planet, basically comes from the most ancient times. Nothing occurs in a vacuum. We learn things from each other. We get educated from each other. Cultures learn from other cultures. People learn from other people. And so the sum total of what the earth is today is the outcome of what was started maybe 10,000 years ago. And we've been progressing or evolving, should we say, for 10,000 years, and it brings us up to our modern day world. And so obviously what has gone before has affected us today. And we're still today buying into the same stuff that the ancient peoples did. They were a lot smarter than we were. We've been fed a lies and deception. We've been told and made to believe that the ancient people were very, very backwards and very primitive and cave dwellers, and of course we are far more advanced and educated today, when in point of fact, that is totally the opposite. The ancient peoples were far, far superior to what we have today, far superior to anything that we can come up with today on the planet today, scientifically or intellectually or philosophically. The most ancient peoples of the world knew things that we are trying to figure out today, and the best minds we've got can't even begin to wrap their brains around what the ancient people already knew. So, in place of real wisdom and knowledge, we've been given education, meaning that in the place of real wisdom, we've been given a fictitious system of thinking that takes care of the commerce for the world, takes care of business, but leaves the human being and the human race deficient, because we don't think like the ancient peoples did, and we don't know what they knew. And so our religions, our government, and our commerce, and our whole systems of education are all manufactured for a slave race. We're not educating people to be free and to be intelligent and to be wise and perceptive and to be thoughtful and reflective. We're raising people today all around the world for commerce, to go out and get a job, pay your bills, and send your taxes in so that the people who run the planet can live well while you're working every day. They're sleeping, and when you are finally sleeping, then they're up at 4 o'clock in the morning figuring out how they're going to run the banks and how they're going to manipulate the world. So that's the way our civilization on the earth is guided today. We're guided by people who know better, and the real wisdom and the real knowledge that has been accumulated by the ancient world, which is absolutely staggering when you find out what the ancients knew that we don't know today. But we've been given a bill of goods. We've been sold a bill of goods on how to think, what to think, and you have to go get a degree from a university before. All the degree from a university is a work permit. And it shows that you have learned what to kiss and when. You know how to think now, and you know what to do, and you know who the boss is, and you know how to turn the screwdriver and do your job, and that's all you need to know. And if you do your job right, then you can go out to the bar and have a few drinks and watch basketball, and that's all you're supposed to know. That's it. That's all you need to know. So,
that's why I don't like to watch sports, right?
Yeah, me either. I have nothing to do with sports because I know what it is. It's dissipating the vitality of youth. Young people have a lot of energy and a lot of drive, which is normal in a young human. But to make sure that drive and that energy and that willingness to take risk is channeled correctly so it doesn't disrupt the system, they give young people sports, basketball, football. It's always a ball. It's always go out and play ball. Basketball, golf ball, tennis ball, kick a ball, soccer, football. I don't care what it is. Give them a ball and let them go out and play. And so why? Keep them occupied. Let them go out and waste their energy bouncing balls, kicking balls, and hitting balls. And so they come back, they're tired, and that's it. Good. They've spent their energy, which means they're not going to be in studying books and studying what you're doing and researching how you're running the business of the world. They're not going to be bothering with all that. They're going to be chasing women. The women are going to be chasing the guys. And that's all you need to know. That's all you need to understand, because how the world really works is on a need-to-know basis, and they don't figure you need to know. Well, I learned a long time ago, I was a kid, when my family would have other people coming over to visit. When the families got together, the adults after dinner would always tell us, go out and play ball, go out and play. Obviously, because they're going to talk about something they don't want you hearing. And I was smart enough, even at 9 and 10 years old, to say to my father, I don't want to go out and play. I want to sit in the front room and listen to what you guys are talking about that you don't want me to hear. And so, my dad would finally have to, he would finally have to get up with my brother, with his brother, my uncle, who we loved my uncle. He was great. And so he would get up to go out and play ball with us. Well, of course, if my uncle's going out to play ball and my dad's going out to play ball with us, well, then we'll go out and play ball because now it's fun. The adults are going with us. And, of course, about 10, 15 minutes after we're playing, of course, the adults got tired, so they'd have to go back in. But they've got us out there playing now, and now we're involved in the game. Thank God they got the kids out of the house. Well, that's the same thing that's being done today. We watch the big games, the big ball games, the big football games. You always see the movie stars, and they got Daddy, the president. He's out there throwing the first ball, and they got all the senators and movie stars and all the big shots there. And they always zoom in on them so everybody in the world can see that all of Daddy and all the big shots are out there watching the ball game with us kids. And so as far as I'm concerned, I didn't buy that crap a long time ago. I don't care about the guys who out there watching the basketball game. I want to know what these guys are doing at 3 o'clock in the morning to the human race. I want to know who these guys really are. And so
you are finding out in a way that most people could not even begin to
Well, that is the biggest problem, Dave. That is my biggest problem today, and it has been